everybody, Backyard Bullion here. Welcome to episode 145 of In Focus Friday, where we take a good close look at something very shiny. And this week we've got 5 somethings very shiny. We're doing a rapid fire In Focus Friday. There wasn't a vote last week. There isn't going to be a vote today either. We've got something very big and very shiny lined up for next week, and I'll give you guys a sneak peek of that at the end of this episode, so stick around and have a look. But today it's a rapid fire day, so we're going to try our best to get through all 5 of these coins. They're all exceptional. They've all come as part of the group order that was a couple of weeks back, but I'm filming this way in advance because it's too good an opportunity not to showcase some of these very cool coins for the brief time that I have them in my possession. So let's crack on. We have the first one to look at is by the way, Perth Mint, very well represented in this. I think that says, first up, that the Perth Mint does some exceptionally good work when it comes to eclectic coin designs and just the sheer quality of the actual pieces themselves. So anyway, first up we have Perth Mint Birds of Paradise 2019. Here it is. Now I saw the 2018 Birds of Paradise in one of the group unboxings, gosh, it was about a year ago now, I would imagine. And I remember looking at them and feeling like they were really very cool, but I wasn't overwhelmed by them. And I guess the same can be said for this. I'm not overwhelmed by it. I can appreciate it because it's very, very pretty and it looks great. But in terms of it being a really, really coin to set the world alight and on fire, as an investment coin like the Swans, for example, I don't think so. That said, it's very pretty. Of course, it is one of the Birds of Paradise. This particular one is I believe the Trumpet Manu Code, and I'm sorry if I'm mispronouncing that, but that's how I'm interpreting it. And of course, you can see there the bird perched on the branch with its beak open. It looks really good, and I'm very happy with that design. But again, it doesn't set the world on fire, I think. We've seen very similar coins in terms of the kookaburras, which are a lot more recognisable than perhaps the Birds of Paradise. So, I don't know, interesting. And the price point for these coins are, a little bit higher than quite considerably higher than your standard bullion coins, like perhaps the Royal Arms coin at the end of the line here. So that's an interesting factor to take into account too. On the other side, we have a new portrait of the Queen for these 2019 Perth Mint coins, which is interesting. This is the Ian Rank Broadley profile of Her Majesty Queen Elizabeth II. So it's a little bit different from your other Perth coins. I don't have any of the other ones to hand to kind of show you the difference of that, of the way that looks. Actually, I do have one thing to hand, which is a 2018 Dragon Bar. So there you go. You can see the difference there in Queenie's portrait. It is significantly different. So, I don't know. I liked this one quite a lot. Maybe I'll just get used to this one, but we'll see. Anyway, so we digress. You got a Bruce's bonus of the 2018 Perth Mint Dragon Bar there for a minute. So that's number 1 down. Oh, mintage 50,000. That's the last thing to say. And they come supplied in a capsule, which is a really good thing. So a lot of the bullion coins that you buy from European dealers don't come supplied in capsules like the Royal Arms things, but the Perth Mint ones usually do, which is a good thing. So, number 2, we are looking at the Double Dragon coin from the Perth Mint. Now, this is kind of the same, I think it's the same series as that's upside down, the same series as the Dragon and Phoenix, the Dragon and Tiger, and now it's a Double Dragon coin chasing that Pearl of Wisdom in the middle there. This is my favourite of the bunch. It's actually very closely tied with the Lunar Landings, and we'll have a look at that later. But, this is a really, really attractive design coin. It's not a series that I've been actively collecting lots of, I have to say. But I do have some of the Dragon and Phoenix, some of the Dragon and Tiger. I don't have any of these ones yet, but I do plan to get hold of a couple as I go throughout the rest of the year. I haven't really got around to doing it yet. That said, they are fairly pricey at €24.50-ish at the moment on the European Mint website. I'm not sure if there's any dealers that are much cheaper than that, but they are very, very attractive. So again, it's a premium coin. I think this has got a better chance of being a better return than the Birds of Paradise, but again, it's all, who knows really, to be honest. So it can be good, it can be bad. The Dragon and Phoenix have done really well. The Dragon and Tiger, middling. So it's a bit of both, bit of a mix of both really to see what's going to happen. But both dragons look absolutely great. The quality on these is fantastic, as always, with you would expect from the Perth Mint. Again, different design of Queenie on the back, 2019. Actually, kind of, maybe it's growing on me a little bit. I like the fact that you can see a little bit more of Queenie rather than just her decapitated head, which is not always a good thing. So yeah, Perth Mint, really good quality on these series of coins, and I like that double dragon. Next up, we have the Australian Welcome Stranger Nugget. Now, traditionally, these were gold coins, I believe. I'm not entirely sure. I've only been able to do a certain amount of research on each of these. As you can imagine, 5 coins is quite a difficult thing to be able to talk about at leisure. However, what I do know is that this silver version commemorates the 150th anniversary of that nugget, of that particular shaped gold nugget that was in Australia. And that is a very, very big nugget. And I believe it had a weight of 72 kilos. That's right, 72 kilos of gold. That's an awful, awful lot. Let's just in fact do, so 72 kilos times 3,000 or 32,000 pounds a kilo. That's 2.3 million pounds worth of gold in one nugget, which is incredible. So it does also highlight the fact that 72 kilos, not very many people can lift that much. So if you wanted to be mega rich and run away with your cash, gold is not necessarily the best thing to do that with. But anyway, maybe that's a topic for a ponderous Wednesday another time, that gold and silver really are a bit too heavy for the mega rich. But anyway, here is the Welcome Stranger nugget. It has, of course, Welcome Stranger down there. You can see in the kind of the sort of radial finish here. Welcome Stranger 1869 when it was found. 2019, 1 ounce 49 silver, and again we've got Ian Rank Broadley's portrait of Queenie on the back. I like this coin. It's quite expensive. It's actually one of the most expensive of the lot that we've got here, and in fact it is the most expensive of the lot here, I can tell you that for sure. It's 28 euros at the moment on the European Mint's website. It's I don't know whether it's going to be garnering that much of a return of an investment. It's very cool, I have no doubt, but it's not necessarily the best price for, I mean, that's no shame of the European Mint, it's just the market value at the moment. But yeah, I don't know if that's going to be worth it in the long term. But again, it's very pretty, and if it's something that you enjoy and like, then who am I to tell you what not to buy? And then that can very much be said for the next offering here, which is the commemoration of the Lunar Landing 50 years. A big year, 2019. Lots of different, very cool anniversaries to be had. And this one is a very, very cool coin. So this is probably, I don't know, with the dragon here. Let's have them side by side. Let's have a final decision. Which do you like more? I love space. I love astronomy. I love all of that jazz. I think I'm going to go with the Lunar Landing as my favourite of the bunch. It looks really, really cool. And there's the footprint commemorating Neil Armstrong's fabled first steps on the moon, followed shortly, of course, by Buzz Aldrin. And there is the Lunar Lander. I think it's a very cool coin. It's not the world's most expensive coin. You can buy them from Silver Trader right now for £23 each. Although there are discounts if you buy more in bulk. I think if you buy 50, you can get them for about £20 each, which is a pretty good price, really. And they've got a mintage of 50,000s, which is, again, pretty low mintage for a kind of commemorative, pretty cool coin. So if you are interested in them and it speaks to you, then these are, in my opinion, a little bit more in grasp than some of the other coins we've got out here on the table, with the exception of the last one that we're looking at, which is the Royal Arms coin. Now, as I said at the start of the video, none of these are my coins, so I'm not going to take this out of its plastic bag to show you, because this has got to go on to a customer. But I am really impressed with these. These are the underdog of the year so far for me. I don't know, the image I saw on various websites when they were listed for sale, I wasn't overly impressed with them, and I was like, well, yeah, maybe I'll get one for In Focus Friday. That would be, my thoughts on it. But actually, when they arrived on those group orders, I was stunned by them. They were really, really impressive. I really like the intricate detail of the shield there, the crown, the lion and the unicorn riding either side of it. It looks really, really good. And for those of you who don't know, this I believe was on the actual pound coin in 2015. I read somewhere, so that's pretty cool. Now, it is just a regular kind of bullion coin as well, which is the best thing about it. So obviously you can see it doesn't come supplied in a capsule, but they are essentially roughly the same price as Britannia's, maybe a slightly bit more than Britannia's, but they are very, very attractive. And for that kind of price point, I think they are pretty good bets. They're not in the same category as things like the Oriental Border Britannias, which have obviously higher asking prices, but when you're comparing, it's a really good coin to diversify your collection if you're just into collecting capital gains exempt items and you're sick of Britannias and you don't want to splash out too much more on Oriental Border Britannias. Royal Arms is for you, definitely. It's a very, very, very good coin indeed. And there's the other side with Queenie. At some point I will get hold of a bunch of these for myself, and then we can have a look at one without any of the plastic on it. But that is a very, very cool round. Well done from the Royal Mint, because they've had a bit of a mixed bag over this last couple of years with different designs not being that great. So there is your 5 In Focus Friday rapid fires. I hope you've enjoyed that. If you have, please do like the video, and if you have not already done so, oh, I forgot about the sneak peek for next week. Here is what we're going to be looking at next week: the Valiant, the 2019 Valiant. Another really incredible coin from the Royal Mint, so well done them. If you want to see that next week and you're not subscribed to my channel, make sure you hit the subscribe button, and if you would like to get a notification when those videos go live, make sure you hit that alarm bell as well. This is definitely one not to miss. Otherwise, thank you all for watching. I hope you have a fantastic week ahead, and as always, please make sure that you like, share, comment and subscribe for more.